Good evening, truck and tractor pool fans. We're back with more results. We're going to recap. Let's see, where are we at? Kendra's going to cover Westminster from Friday night,
Yeah.
Interstate Tractor Pool, and the guest star, soon to be super TV personality here all of a sudden. Martin's going to go ahead and take care of the Beast of the East event that took place Saturday afternoon. Beautiful day, and actually got quite warm. But I know when I come home, I hit the shower. I was done. I don't know why. It wasn't a hard, stressful day. I guess just got to get used to that heat and the sun again. But yeah, it was a great time. And I know the Buck also had their first big pulling event, the Diesel Power Fest. I do have a list of the winners. I can cover that too. I'll take care of that after y'all are done. You all are done.
Y'all.
That's you all, Dwayne, for you northern people. But,
Y'all.
But I know you got people south too. So, but again, I'll probably throw the scrollers up here shortly. We're still asking you to check out Mad About Cancer on Facebook. Help Adam Drought and his crew out. I didn't get a chance to go look at the numbers. I know last week they were $15,000 as a combined group, which is great. And I know they're going good. Their auction went well. I know they got the auction coming up soon for their Buffalo Bills sign. And Denise Moritz as well. We want to make sure we get onto her Facebook page under Denise Moritz and get a donation out to her as well, as they both fight to end cancer, as Adam says, not to cure, to end cancer.
Mm-hmm.
That's would be a wonderful task, a wonderful outcome. So, but anyway, we got some great events coming up this weekend, but unfortunately, at this time, nothing is canceled. For anybody, but Mother Nature's already starting to play the rain game with us. But we'll have to wait and see what's going on with that. We'll discuss that later. But let's go ahead and get right into Klub Kendra here, and
that's me.
Well, we got to come up with some. We got to come up with a hashtag for Dwayne. It might not be pretty, but we'll come up with something.
Oh, that's terrible.
How's Dwayne tonight? We'll go ahead and ask how Dwayne's doing.
Oh, I'm doing all right. A little bit tired.
You look really stressed out.
No, not too bad. Not too bad.
Both
Just
of you
tired.
look stressed out.
I went to cut some trees last night and ended up in a huge patch of poison ivy. That was full, but
Was that my
Nothing.
internet or his?
I think it's his internet's cutting in and out a little bit there. He said, I believe if I put all the words together, he was fighting poison ivy or poison oak or something when he was cutting trees.
I was.
So,
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I was cutting trees and I got into a poison ivy patch. That was fairly stressful, but I think I got it washed off.
Man, I just have to look at that stuff and I get covered in it. So better you than me.
I am one of the fortunate ones. No
Fingers
problem.
crossed.
If I get around sumac, I'm in trouble. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Kendra, we got plenty of time. We've got all of 52 minutes. So,
Yeah, you want to talk about being stressed. The only thing more stressful than trying to plan a tractor pull during rain is my cousin's getting married on Saturday. It's an outdoor wedding, supposed to be, and I'm doing all the food that's supposed to be outdoors. So we are crossing our fingers that all the rain somehow veers somewhere else.
They make these big white things that you rent. They're called tents.
Yeah, but it's, my family does nothing small, so it's huge. So
they make them big.
A bunch
more
of
than one.
So. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see how this weekend goes. Fingers crossed that everything.
Good luck.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's always fine, right?
It'll always be good. Yeah.
It's always fine. So anyway, last weekend was at Westminster, Maryland on Friday night. Definitely had, well, anybody who was there knows that they definitely had some issues going on. We were definitely late getting started. Definitely didn't have any announcing, which was interesting and different. But hey,
might I butt in and ask why you were so late starting? You had a points. You had a points event there.
Yeah,
correct?
we had a points event. The farm stock was supposed to start at 5. The farm stock was definitely late getting started, and then they had, I guess, a lot more hooks than they,
Of course, always happens
you
that
know.
way.
Yeah,
And
because
I'm not making a knock at the farm stock guys by no means.
yeah, those guys want to get out and have a good time too. Totally understand that. But as an interstate point circuit, it's definitely frustrating that we were all there at 7 when we were told we were starting, and it was well after 9 o'clock till we got started. So,
What I see as being frustrating. Not so. Like I said, I understand. Maybe put a cap on the amount of tractors you allow in the stock classes. And
yeah,
when were you scheduled to start? As
7.
the points of it, 7 o'clock. So
Yeah, and something else that I suggested was we go to a couple other pools that will do this, and if they have farm stock running early, they will stop the farm stock show, let us run, and then finish the farm stocks because we're traveling. Most of us are
well, you're traveling, and
an
you are
hour's
the
away.
headlining event
Yeah,
of the headlining show part of the event. So
yeah,
you try to be courteous with time, you start time and stuff. So
and the
but
farm stock guys, most of them drive home, so.
sure,
Yeah, it gets frustrating, but we were still at a tractor pull. We were still with all of our friends.
that's
So,
it.
I got to talk to the guys a lot longer than I usually do. A funny story I need to tell you. Apparently, there is a Tommy Williams times 2. And anybody who knows Tommy Williams knows how terrifying that is.
Poor T-Bone.
Oh, T-Bone. He's so great. Actually, I do. Tommy is fantastic. And we are super happy to see Green Max back out on the circuit.
Yes, very
So,
good. Yes.
anyway, back to Westminster. We had 4 interstate classes there. When I went up to fetch the results, the classic mods, they did not have those. I did not dig too much into that because A, they're not my points class, and B, I figured I was causing enough ruckus up there. So we were just going to let that go. So unfortunately, I don't have results for the 6,000-pound classics, but the 7,700 light limiteds were the second interstate class to run. Taking home the win was Matt Smokey Smith with Fast Forward at 287.02. Second place went to Ben Flaherty with Smokin' Red. I'm going to have to blow this up at 278.64. Third place went to Bradley Wassler with Whistlin' Red at 274.13. They did not number these for me. Fourth place went to Eddie
Welcome
Yocker.
to my world.
I just realized.
Remember all those times you laughed at me? You're not prepared, JR. Now who's not prepared? Aha. Attaboy.
I
1,
I
2, 3, 4,
should've-
5.
There you
yeah,
go.
my result sheet's on my other laptop, but oh well, we'll just wing it. Fourth place went to Eddie Yocker on Sue Johnson's Iron Maiden at 268.45. Fifth place would have went to Shane Scott at 267.77. Thought I saw a 264. Then went to Jason Bowers at 256.98.
She's
And
struggling.
then,
We're in
yep.
trouble.
Well, I was like, I'm kind of surprised. Jason Weichel, bless your heart. We had a lot of front end issues at Westminster. Link broke a steering rod and pigeon-toed his front tires in. But he still ended up 7th place at 263.41, followed by Michael Thomas with stealing time at 221. And then we go down to Matt Dersham at 9th place at 172.09. And I'm going to pick on, I'm going to pick on Clayton Sweeney here. As everybody knows, Clayton got 2nd place last week at Easton with the other half of Matt Dersham's. And this week, Matt Dersham gets back on the seat, and we're not sure if his transmission went out from underneath of him or if it just jumped out of gear. But he definitely revved it up pretty high. And then when he came down on the front, he lost a front tire too. So leave it at Clayton Sweeney's shop for that short amount of time, and it just all falls apart.
Saying it went sky high, huh? RPM.
He didn't go. Yeah, the RPMs definitely
That's
went
what-
sky
yeah.
high, and
They'll
then
probably be pulling the old pan off that one.
yep, yep. And then
Yeah.
unfortunately, Mark Smith rounded out the class 10 at 39 feet. He was definitely having some mechanical issues as well. And then we jumped over into the mod class. I do have this one numbered.
Yes.
Yes, hello everyone. Taking the win at her hometown track was Amber Blizzard with the Unaffordable at 323.08. Second place went to Nelson Egolf with the Tinker Toy at 316.68. Third place went to Kirsty Robinson with 315.39. Fourth went to Dale Forrester driving Don Haley's Nonsense at 311.
Superstar.
Yeah,
He is a
311.43.
superstar.
Yeah, it was good to have him. He's been working on that tractor for a long time. It was good to see it back out and do well. Fifth place went to Rick Blizzard with the Barely Affordable at 306.49. Sixth place went to Kevin Stelter with Rough and Ready at 306.23. Seventh place went to Ian Ericker with the Unstable at 306.19. Eighth went to Dale Forrester again, but this time on Boss 9 at 305.85. Ninth place went to Jason Michael with Untamed at 299.79. And 10th place went to Tom Kennedy with Old Reliable at 284.66. And then rounding out the class, rounding out the night, super late, might I add, was the Mod Turbo Tractors. We had 6 on hand. Taking the win was Jason Malott driving, or Yankee.
Yes,
He
that's
calls
okay.
him
We know who
Malott.
Jason Malott is.
Driving Double OZ at 328.67. Took her out to the parking lot. That a boy. Second place was Jason Forrester with Papa Smurf at 317.84. Third place was Guy Gokenauer on Stress Test at 312.55. Fourth went to Mark Smith with Blue Unit at 311.60. Fifth went to Dakota was driving. Dakota Grove with Antrim Tantrum at 306.15. And sixth place went to Matt Smokey Smith with Black and Blue at 296.09. And while I have everybody's attention, this weekend, hopefully, maybe not, is going to be Jefferson County's first pull of the year down in Kearneysville, West Virginia. Start time is going to be 6:30 p.m. Cost will be $12. 12 and under are free. There's going to be 3 interstate classes running. The 6,000 classic mods, the 6,200 two-wheel drives, the 6,200 modified street 4x4 trucks. Then they're also going to be running a 13.5 farm stock, a 8,000 diesel truck class, as well as a 7,000 gas truck class. And then they will round out the night with their dirt drags. Again, that's this Saturday night in Jefferson County, West Virginia, Kearneysville. That's all Interstate's got.
That's it.
That's it.
Come on.
That's
It's only 8:17.
I mean, we
Oh,
can go into the next week and all that kind of.
we got plenty of.
I was gonna
plenty of
say,
stuff to cover.
how was the Beast of the East event? Because somebody had a bad attitude when she went to bed Friday night and didn't wake up to go.
Well, I got severe sunburn on my lower lip because the sun came out brighter than I anticipated. I should have probably put the SPF on my lips. We had a high of 67. I assume that most people probably did in the area. We got started on time, which was good.
That's a little
Yep.
thing. There's a little thing for you.
Oh, and it also got down to 46 degrees before we left that night too. So- But hey, all in good fun.
Well, I guess some of the reason I say that is because oftentimes we overrun our start time. We're busy. We work the track a little bit longer, and it goes and goes and goes. We had a really soft dirt when we ripped it up for the first time this year. The winter did a good job fluffing it up. Joel Sensnick put I forget 7,500 gallons of water on, and Crow Farms worked it in. We had a couple of wet spots to start out, and it settled itself in pretty good. By the time the pool started, we were fairly good to go. This was uh, um, a pool that we did for MDA Ride for Life, and they had a fairly good weekend. I think they might have had a little bit of rain on Sunday afternoon for their ride, but according to Facebook, they raised $910,631, and they're still
Wow.
counting.
Wow.
So
That is awesome.
that is a big total, and from what I gather, East Penn Manufacturing Deca Batteries was one of the biggest sponsors they had, or the biggest sponsor they had. So there's a lot of money being put in by generous companies. We started off with the Run What You Brung class. We ran the Run What You Brung class first, so that if anybody wanted to make it down to the buck, there was a couple of guys that ran Run What You Brung, and then had street trucks down at the buck. Some 3.0 trucks showed up and also ran down there. So starting with Run What You Brung, the first place went to Tommy Hassler with 301 and 18, which was a pretty good pool, considering that I possibly had the sled set a little bit tight. I would have wanted to get a little bit more, but it was kind of hard to set up the sled on the track because we had a little bit of a variety of trucks in
Quite a
this
variety.
class.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went from street trucks to 3.6 or more. So first place was Tom Hass.
At first, but it worked out good. It worked out good.
My heart kind of sank when I seen what I had to try to set the sled on, but luckily somebody had their head on their shoulders, and we'd made a switcheroo and got a cut tire truck out there. Got Jeremy Denson out there to set the sled up, and we did pretty good.
Dwayne,
I have their
sorry.
I have he wants contact info for MDA, or am I reading it wrong?
Yeah, is that what you're looking for, Adam? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dwayne.
I can send that to him. It's MDA Ride for Life on Facebook or on line. All right. So Tommy Hassler was first place with a 301 and 18. Second place went to Carl Ankowitz with 286.74. Third place went to Tyler Bagley with the Ugly Duckling at 260.03.
Truck ran very well.
Yeah,
Very well.
Definitely super impressed with his run. We ran with him in the 3.0 class with Snyder County all of last year, and he was he was all smiles at the end of the track, that's for sure. Oh, he wants a contact for East Penn. Oh, I'd like to have the contact for East Penn for sponsor for Beast of the East. Actually, I don't have a contact. Fourth place, Jeremy Denson with Two Disturbed at 256 and 88. Jeremy Denson was a test hook, and he came back. He had a problem with his guillotine. He came back, and his guillotine dropped shut at about 150 feet or so, and he still managed to pull a fourth place out of it.
Yeah. You could hear the truck lay down a little bit. Yeah, quite a bit, actually.
Fifth place went to Luke Souter out of Dundee, New York with a Mighty Max. He had 238.5. Sixth place was Lester Garman out of Dundee, New York with a street truck, got 212.73. Seventh was Jacob Kiesling with the GMC. He had 210.85. Mike Hearn out of Somerset had a very nice truck there, drove a couple of hours and had some kind of mechanical issue, and he had 72.13. So I was really hoping, I was really hoping that Mike could make a run. He was having a little bit of a rough time getting his truck started because it was so cold. And then to round off the class, Freddie Logans out of New York, Delaware made a test run with his Chevy K30, but decided to drop the rehook and pull in the Super Street gas, so he didn't have a distance. So that was the Run What You Brung. Then did we pull tractors next? I think we had a couple of
We did
tractors
the
on the
we
track.
did the exhibition stuff there. Was the
We
next,
did the first round of exhibitions. I think we had 3.
yeah, it was 3. It was Chris.
Three.
You know who it is. Go ahead.
Chris Hoyt. Actually, I got to go to my papers. You better than I do.
Well, I don't. They didn't. My papers that I got from Matt's wife didn't have any distances on the first one, but the announcer just kind of threw like Chris Hoyt at 287, and Scott Becker, living the dream, driving the Casola Farms D21 was 225. And
so the announcer
sled too.
Yeah. So the announcer had an Agtronics monitor in the monitor in the announcer's booth, but we were also shooting it with a laser. That's why the distances were varying. But we pulled 10,000 pro stock with Scott Becker and Chris Hoyt, and then reset the sled for Dennis Boop with a
hot stock.
Yeah, with a 10.5 hot stock. So after that, we moved on to the street class, street gas class. First place went to Corey Brown. Do you know who Corey Brown is?
Yeah, it's Albert Brown's boy.
Yep, Albert Brown's son, Corey.
Like said, I saw a post on Facebook. He said he got the third place monkey off his back at Lebanon finals.
Awesome. So he had 291.76. Second place went to Doug Moyer with 279.97. Third place went to Scott Rassile with 277.89. Fourth place went to Scott Green, 275.92. Fifth place, Corey. Oh, I'm going to really mess this up. Baselgia. Okay. 265.86. Seventh went to Colby O'Rourke with 285.11, and Colin O'Rourke with seventh. Sorry, I messed this up. Seventh with 224.45.
Nobody's going to fire you. You're safe.
Yep. So we had a decent turnout. To think that we kind of flew off the seat of our pants and didn't put any money into advertising. We just pushed it on Facebook, and for the Super Street Gas, we had 13 trucks.
Yep.
Really good turnout. First place was
damn good trucks in this class.
Yeah, very, very impressed with the turnout and the trucks, the way they ran. It was very competitive. First place went to Paul France with 313.59. Second place was Jerry Mostoller with 305.21. Third, Bill Musselman Jr., 301.79. Fourth was Donald Eshelman, 292.5. Fifth was Carl Barnhart with 290.88. Sixth, Jason Garris with 287.12. Billy Smeltzer, 286.74. Jeremiah Fake. Jeremiah Fake with 283.58. David Zoa, 278.705. Brent Shuey with 277.38. Brian Hurley, 276.28.5. Dalton Grumbine, 268.9, and Blake May with 257.46.
Comical name for Blake May's truck. Migraine headache.
Yeah.
And it's spelled Grain. Migraine. Yeah, I'm sure he's a grain farmer, obviously.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Jason Garris had sixth place there. Mm-hmm. He's the one that's instrumental in connecting us with Appalachian Outlaws. He ran Appalachian Outlaws last year, again this year, and I think there's one other one on this list here that's running with Appalachian Outlaws, and I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head at this moment, but pretty excited that those guys will be showing up. They have I forget. I did a count on the list of people that signed up for it. They have 2 pretty nice sized classes, and if most of those trucks make it through till August, we should have a decent turnout for the Appalachian Outlaws gas big block and small block. So after the Super Street gas, we moved into semis. We had it as a street semi class, but we also contacted the limited pro stock semis, and we thought we were going to have a fairly decent class, and then there was some mechanical issues and some no-shows, so we had 2 street semis. James Huber took the win with 309.435. Casey Livingood took second with a 290.215. Then Tom Zimmerman running pressure time. Yeah.
Oh, Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit more seat time in the truck.
Oh, no. He's driving the truck. He just had a bad day. But
Okay.
he's gonna skin me. I talked to Dave Greek, and I said, I got a new name for Zimmy. They call him Zimmy at the shop.
Yeah.
I said, we'll call him Tootsie Pop. And I
Well,
said, don't remember the old Tootsie Pop commercials? How many licks does it take to get to the center of the core of the Tootsie Pop? Well, it's like, how many attempts does it take to get up the track at Lebanon?
Well,
of course.
my understanding was that he didn't run the truck for a while.
Yes.
So after the second try,
he actually has an excellent track record with that truck.
Yeah,
he's very tough when he's driving it usually. Yeah.
I made a call down to the start line and made sure that we left him have as many tries as he needed to get the truck down the track. So 282.65 for first place for Tom Zimmerman, and I think Lester Martin was driving for Jerry, and he had 275.455.
Yeah, I was wondering who drove the truck because I saw Jerry sitting there on the wall kicking his foot against the wall. Like, hey, Jerry Martin driving.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Then we moved into the 9500 Turbo Farm Stock, where we're running a class that was kind of put together and promoted. I shouldn't say a class. We're running a rule set that was being promoted by Mike or Jacob Motes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I'm not sure if they're from, if they would do that at Kempton. I'm not 100% sure, but it was kind of an interesting little concept, and we decided to put it in this year. There's a couple of guys that weren't too happy that we put a turbo class in, but we had a decent turnout. We had 6 in the class. First place went to Jacob Motes with 240.05. Second place, Cordell Martin at 236.075. Brian Gross had third with 226.425. Kenton Lead fourth with 216.74. Mike Ulrich at 215.555, and Weiler Farms had sixth with 203.845. And I'm not sure which one it was in there. One of those, actually.
The 60-30 Weiler Farms deer was exhibition.
Oh, yes. At the bottom, we had a 60-30 at 225.745, which was an exhibition. Mm-hmm. Then at the end, we reweighted. We spent a fair amount of time reweighting the sled. We reweighted and brought the two 10.5 hot stocks in, Dennis Boop and DJ Boop. Dennis was at 323.15, and DJ came in at 289.86. Said Junior had a little bit of a hop going on that he couldn't get out of, and it cut his distance down. Then we reweighted the sled and came back with a 10,000 Pro Stock with Chris Hoyt's Nutcase at 289.88 and Scott Becker with an Alice Chalmers at 230.89. From what I understand, Scott is working on a tractor out of New Jersey, trying to make something out of it. So they were doing some testing, and we were pretty happy to accommodate those guys. It was a pretty nice, short little pool. And I think we were done by about 5:30.
Sorry.
There it is.
Sorry. I figured we'll just let this play till the end of the show or something. But anyway, yeah, it was, Becker's, I've seen Casola Farms run the tractor at the Buck, maybe 2019, I guess. So
we didn't have a very good turnout spectator wise, but that's a given. It was a nice day on a Saturday afternoon, and I think sometimes it's a little bit hard to get a lot of fans out on a Saturday afternoon when there's work to do and the sun's out.
Anybody like that new look?
I like the orange roll cage.
Yeah, orange chassis and roll cage is all repainted. And
Is it the same roll cage?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all just repainted. Of course, fresh engine, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm not
fresh paint.
I normally don't see the tractor from full on front, and I noticed that he had a pretty nice wide roll cage on.
Yeah, I think everything's the same. I don't think they got anything new.
Right.
A couple new hard parts, maybe.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got a fresh heart in there.
Yeah.
Well, this one here, they've been tinkering with it to get him a little more horsepower. I was talking to Dave Becker after the second run, and he said the turbos are a little small. He goes, well, I think we're going to leave it right there so it stays together. So
yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be a good thing to blow up your buddy's tractor the first time out.
Nope, definitely not. But excuse the photographer in the way of the shot all the time, man. That's at Tyrus. Hashtag Tyrus.
Wide shoulders.
But all in all, we had a great day. Weather-wise, it was a good show. Heck, I was home before it got dark. I was tickled. Sorry, Kendra.
You didn't stop at the Buck on the way home.
We actually didn't go by there till about 7:30.
That shot right there,
the place was packed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
That's good though. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, you bet. And I'll run down through. I don't have the results from there, but I know who some of the winners were. I don't know who won the semi trucks there. I'm thinking probably a James Huber, but I don't know. A strictly street class, Tom Haster with his white Ford. Noticed when he pulled the first class at Lebanon, he hurried up, loaded up, and he was headed out the driveway, and obviously going back to his shop to get his other truck.
Yeah.
Renegade Street, Scott Kinnaman with their Dodge took the win in that one. The pro mod was Clint Mills, and looks like the drag race winner was Alan Steyer. Usually it's Dennis Harnish, but Alan Steyer snuck in there and got the race win there at the Buck. So.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to the Kinnaman's end. Clint Mills, they've really been doing a lot of work and perfecting their setups. So they're going to be tough ones to beat this year.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out strong.
And I'm sure John Mans has had his hands underneath of it, too. I know they got
a good one working on it. So
yeah, for sure.
Well, I think every winner's circle picture that I seen coming out of the Buck this weekend had John Mans in somebody's shirt.
Except his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One man's. Come out and play.
But we've got your next hook, actually, Dwayne, is going to be May the 21st.
Yep.
7 p.m. Mm-hmm.
May the 21st, we're going to have our next hook. It's going to be our normal run. We'll have 5 classes per side running the 2 sleds. We'll have our new Wild Street class. Something I wanted to say for the new Wild Street class is that it has a lowered hitch. I think don't quote me on this, I think we're at 20 inches with it. And we're allowing it we're allowing to run pretty much any configuration as long as it's street legal. And then we'll have the 2.6 smoothbore and the 3.0 smoothbore, our street gas, modified gas. I think the modified gas is going to be a points class through Snyder County, 10.5 hot stock, street semis, and then our 9,500 and 11,000 pound. Do you see my shoulder monkey? Our 11,000 pound farm stock classes. So we're pretty excited about having a good first show. I was feeling a little bit bored or not enough of action going on. We're running just a single track on the 30th, but getting excited for the big one.
Oh yeah, it'll be here before you know it. We got the Lord willing and weather permitting, East Coast Pro Pulling will kick their season off this Saturday with their main show in Greensboro, Maryland at 6 p.m. With the modified two-wheel drive trucks, the East Coast Diesel Pro Stock Diesel 4x4 trucks, the 466 Hot Farm, 8500 Light Pro, and the Limited Pro Stock semis. And we'll also have a class of modified, East Coast modified 4x4 trucks pulling at the first ever Gas Power Fest series at the Buck. The first time they're having a Gas Power Fest series. So, and I'm not exactly sure what all. I'm sure they have street pickups, hot street, and all kinds of good stuff there. Gasoline fueled wise, gasoline alcohol. So check that out at the Buck. The first ever Gasoline Power Fest. It'd be pretty neat. And then the following Saturday, some of us will be in Mount Alto, and the Buck, East Coast Pro Pulling, Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, modified two-wheel drive trucks, modified tractors, and the first time in a long time, the modified mini tractors will be there. Mike Walker's going to take care of that event, and of course we discussed yours on the 21st, and then I'm going to go ahead and reach out here to the 28th of May with Boonesboro, Maryland. At 6 p.m. Super Stock Pro Stock tractors, modified tractors, East Coast Diesel Pro Stock Diesel 4x4 trucks, and the Limited Pro Stock semis. And also, I think I'm in line to say that doesn't Sealands Grove have a hook that night as well?
Sealands Grove is June 4th.
June 4th. My bad. Okay. Yes, June 4th. Yep. Okay. I was thinking they were also the night of Boonesboro, but okay, might be later.
No, they're the same night as Two Top.
Cool.
Somebody asked the 11,000 or 13,000 on the 21st. I believe that was for your pool, Dwayne.
I probably messed it up. It should be, I think it should be 11,000. Now, wait a minute. It should be 13,000. It's 9,500 and 13,000.
Oh, for farm stock?
Yeah. That was
usually 13, I think, right?
Yeah, 13. My bad. I had one other thing here. Can I?
No, this is not Ty's photos.
Ty's photos. These look all right.
I got a message on my phone. Somebody being funny.
Tyrist.
No, it wasn't Ty, surprisingly.
This weekend, Matt and a friend of his are doing a demo derby at the expo if they don't get rained out. It's going to be at the Lebanon Expo Center. 10 a.m. auction selling demo derby items, cars, bumpers, engines, and all kinds of stuff. And then the derby starts at 5 p.m. and there's a bunch of classes. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if the weather holds off and they have a successful event.
I think when I was last looking at the weather, for a lot of places, it's supposed to clear out and just be like a 40 to 50% chance of rain in the evening. But it'll be how much rain they get Friday into Saturday morning that's going to be the issue, I think.
Yeah, I heard we're looking on the other side of the bay which is where we'll be pulling, I've heard upwards of an inch on Friday. That's
Yeah, that's a lot.
But,
That's a lot of rain to do something with.
it's not Friday yet, so we don't know. So by all means, go ahead and make your plans to go for now. So
Yep.
nothing
I think
is penciled.
that's what we're doing, making our plans and sticking with them. But with Demo Derby, I don't think track conditions are as big of a deal. I think it's going to be more that if the pits are all soupy.
Right.
Yeah. Yep, and the weatherman has been wrong many a time before, so.
Absolutely. Well, I know we got some pretty flat pits in Greensboro, so.
Yeah.
We'll
Well, I
keep
just
our
meant
fingers
maybe we
crossed.
won't get as much rain as they're calling
Right.
for.
Absolutely.
So.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
And there is a pool. J.R. Rolfe brought it up, and Freddie Loggins told me about it up at your pool, Dwayne, that Cecilton, Maryland is having a hook on the 28th as well of May. I don't know the start time or anything, but I'll get the information for next week's show and bring it to the forefront for everybody to know about Cecilton, Maryland. That's usually just a nice little laid back pool there.
Is that the one they're advertising as south of the ditch?
Yes.
Okay, because I had seen one advertised called South of the Ditch.
Mm-hmm.
That was at Cecilton.
That's the one.
It's an interesting name.
South of the ditch, yeah, that's south of the what is it? The canal there, the C&D canal.
Yeah.
I guess it's a Cecil.
So is this
Cecil Pucky thing?
is this Tootsie Pop here?
This is Tootsie. Yes. This is Zimmerman. This is Tom Zimmerman. I'll be nice to him this time. But I can't.
Yeah,
I'm sure when I see him, I'm sure he's going to give me the dickens for that.
And I heard your little comment about some of us will be at Mont Alto on May 14th.
Yes.
Some of us are heading to Illinois that weekend.
Oh. Some of us might be at Mont Alto.
Chris Hoyt, who just debuted the new look.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go out and hang out with Chris Hoyt. So.
Okay. So here's my question: How many of our local poolers are nominated besides Chris Hoyt and people that we know? I think there's some 3.6 trucks that are nominated.
Yeah, so
there's this green Ford.
Yeah, the
Central PA. It's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kendra might know something about that.
Yeah, he's just he's just my ride. That's the only thing. Somebody had to take me out. No, just kidding. No, he was also voted in. So Norm is going out. Chris Hoyt. And then there's another guy, Calvin Miller, who is from runs with Full Pool Productions.
Yep.
He's going. Aiden Hodges is going. He's from PA. I'm trying to think. I thought there was a couple other PA guys that were going.
He's not in PA. Tommy Owens is invited too.
Yeah, Tommy Owens was invited from New York. Yeah, there was a couple East Coast names on their list, which I think is pretty cool.
Well, I guess we're going to have to come up with some fancy idea and do an invite only at Beast of the East. Do you think we could drum up enough of attention to make people travel 3 or 4 states to pool?
I think it's going to be like a 12-hour ride for us to get out there. I plan on sleeping the majority of the way, so.
If you decide to do an invite only, beware, your phone will be ringing like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to come anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure those guys have a lot of marketing sway with Beer Money pulling team, so I'm sure they.
Well, and I know that I'm friends with one of the guys that's putting it on, and the other problem with an invite only is sometimes people accept an invitation and then can't get ready in time, and then it's a last minute scramble of we have to fill this class. So.
Well, I guess you have to have people on standby.
Yeah.
Like have your next best.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what they were doing, but now it's such a short notice that it's definitely a scramble. So hopefully they can get everybody, you don't want to say replaced, but get all the spots filled. So I think it'll be a good time. I was, did what you're not supposed to do and looked at the weather today, and it's going to be like 88 degrees out there all weekend. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah,
But hey, I'll take that over that nasty R word any day.
absolutely. Pressure's on you now, Dwayne.
Hey, I'm open to anything. If the price is right, we consider anything. We're always trying to make a better show, so that could be in the future.
Now we got a couple of really good mini sleds, and
Kraus has a mini sled.
There's some pretty stout tractors in the Interstate Series too.
Yep.
So, small block and big block.
The problem is,
they're always looking for a place to pull.
Yes. Yep.
So you're saying that they don't have 30 hooks in a year?
Yep.
If I understood. Oh, okay. Well, we're changing up our pull schedule through our 3 big events, so we're not going to have the same classes. So we always have openings, or think about any kind of classes that are out there that have enough of people that want to participate. We're open to anything. So
there you go.
If we can get the expo to widen the track and put more bleachers in, maybe we can run 3 tracks. We'll run 2 big sleds on the outside and a mini down the middle, right?
That could get dangerous. That might be an insurance. I'm
going to need a third filming platform then.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, or quite a few years ago, we went to the TS Performance. I don't forget what it was called, in Franklin, Kentucky. It was a PPL pull. There they ran 3 tracks.
Yeah, TS.
The TS Performance pull in Franklin, Kentucky. They drag raced in Bowling Green and had the pull in Franklin. And there they had 3 tracks. Everything had to exit right because of the way their pits, or the end of their track, was set up going up the hill. And it was a mess. I mean, they had really good intentions of making it all work, but as long as there was a tractor pulling off the track at the end, they couldn't pull on the other 2 tracks. So track number 1 blocked 2 and 3 each time the trucks and machines were leaving. And so if you have 3 tracks, you have to go straight off the end. Can't, block.
Yeah.
I'm Chris, I'm not sure. What David are you talking about? If it's the one in chat, oh boy, I could really tell a story about him.
Yep, so, I think right now we're all experiencing the calm before the storm when it comes to pulling. And here in end of May, beginning of June, it's full tilt. So get ready for a lot of results shows.
That's a good thing. It's better than 2020 was.
Yeah, exactly.
We did. I was at a pool every weekend. I mean, I had to drive quite a ways, but I was at a pool every weekend. Pretty much.
And a lot of non-sanctioned events.
Yeah.
A lot of non-sanctioned, a lot of fun pools.
Yeah, we had 5. Lucas Oil, I think it was. East Coast. We had 5 events. But
so that's a pretty nice way of saying brush pull, non-sanctioned event.
Well, it was more than a brush pull because it had such high caliber, equipment at it.
Everybody showed up.
Yeah.
So that was the year that we went to Burlington, PA, up at the New York line, to run Matt's truck for our first official 3.0 debut. We had 1 test hook at Laura's Pig Farm, and I think there was 26 3.0 trucks in the class up in New York line because nobody had anywhere to go.
Yeah.
They all showed up at the same place. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it definitely opened the door for a lot of, getting to pull with people you don't normally get to pull with. Like, look at Snyder County. They were pulling people from, Vermont and Connecticut and, crazy stuff that we don't get to see very often. And that was fun. But at the same time, you still like to chase the end of the year points and do all that kind of stuff. The points races can still be fun.
Just avoided a major sneeze.
Wow. I saw you went on mute there for a second.
Yeah, my nose I'm starting to get really plugged up here. I don't know if the weather's changing or what, but
pollen. So that's what that is. I thought that it was always your microphone in front of you there. So that's your spit catcher.
Something like that. Well,
so I was going to thank you, JR, for helping put more information out there on those pictures that I've been posting. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've been posting some tractors and not putting names on because I don't know who they are. And then here they're the same tractors I've been posting all along. So,
yeah. And by all means, I know you got a lot of them to scan and everything, but when you get it done and I can get a copy of those, I will make a show. It might be an hour, might be 2 hours. I'm going to get Bill Grove to come on, you as well. And, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be an educational show for sure.
So that means I should get my scrapbook together and start putting names with tractors and faces and who the people are. I think at this point here, I have a lot of stuff.
We'll figure out who they are. Don't worry.
No,
like I said,
I don't have to. But it's interesting to me. Like I think I've picked out sled operator, and I'm not sure if I've picked out the tech guy yet or not. I know he's on some of those pictures. We know who the flag man was. So
yeah,
a lot of stuff before my time.
Dave Kaufman's asking. As soon as Dwayne's got a lot of photos to scan, I mean, he's got a lot. Sometime later this year, we'll take care of it. We'll have a show. It's going to be a big show.
I actually went and spent a lot of money and bought a better scanner and rescanned a lot of them. So I have them rescanned. I'm touching up a couple of them that didn't show up or rescanning them with different settings. But I'm actually fairly close to having everything on a flash drive, so I can. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
we can maybe do it
whenever
when we don't have as many results shows coming down the track.
Hey, we can do. It don't have to be a Wednesday night show. We can
do a Friday night or whatever.
It could be like a Friday or Saturday when there's. Well, that's going to be tough to do during one season, but yeah, by all means.
So
I got to check with Grovey too. Get him. I mean, he's ready to go. He's ready to come on live. So I had several lined up. Oh yeah, he's ready. He went out and bought a webcam and everything. He's ready to go. So
telling you,
just a matter of getting the show together. Because when you bring Bill Grove on, Bill Grove's going to be somebody. Look who is watching you, JR. What's watching me? Squatch? Is it looking in my window again? I got it covered up now, but yeah, don't laugh. But anyway, the whole idea to bring him on is just historian. I mean, he was a past puller, still a current tech official, and just a wealth of knowledge. Him and his wife Melody both can set you down for hours. And there's not going to be too many pictures of vehicles you show him that he's not going to know who it is. So he's been around it most of his life. So,
well, the thing that really gets me excited about it is all the little detail that people pick up in the back of pictures. Because,
today was a good example. It's that was the very first 4-wheel drive truck I seen hooked to a sled and pull.
You know, well, I got a bunch of pictures of it.
That's one-armed bandit. Look who was watching me, JR. Got me
so now you're really concerned. Like, wait, who is watching me?
Talking about little squat. Oh, you can't see it. It's off camera. I don't know what he's talking about. You can probably hear all the banging around here.
Yeah.
So this weekend, is everybody going to sleep in if it gets rained out, or what's the deal?
Lots of work to do.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Kendra has a wedding.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've got the wedding. That's on.
We can all go out and help her.
So
I will appreciate that.
What's on the menu? Anything special? Kendra's specials?
We are having Mississippi pot roast, fried chicken, a baked potato bar, green beans, baked beans, mac and cheese, coleslaw, dinner rolls. I'm not making homemade rolls. I like her, but not that much. And then an assortment of cupcakes, red velvet, chocolate with regular icing, chocolate with buttercream, white Yeah, I don't know. I have it all written down somewhere.
I think
It's
maybe I should call Norm and ask him if there's room in the truck to go along to Illinois, because maybe we can have leftovers.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty good.
Oh no, there's a whole other menu for the next weekend.
I am sure. You're probably taking the refrigerator truck along too.
Well, that's one reason why I'm really hoping the enclosed trailer gets done. That makes packing a lot easier.
Yep.
Got a new Blackstone. I am super excited to try that out. So
We have a Blackstone in the RV. We love it.
Yeah.
Griddle. We have the griddle. Yeah.
I totally forgot. I have to go up and get it seasoned before we head out there. So
I've cooked in a Blackstone.
Very simple to do.
Yeah.
Quims, and I tell you what, you're king of the griddle when you got that thing fired up.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Make a lot of food.
Yes.
We have a big one down at the farm, and I love it. So I'm pretty excited to cook on it next weekend. So it's my end of tax season vacation. So it'll be a lot of fun. Good
deal.
Now, just fingers crossed that he does well on the track too, because that would really put a damper in the weekend if he doesn't.
So this track they're pulling on, is it a pretty well-known track, a good track, or?
So I know that they have, I believe, PPL events there. It's Brad Holzhauer, which is 618 Motorsports. He's big out there.
Yep.
He's a big engine builder out there. So
cool.
He knows tractor pulling, so hopefully it's a good weekend. They've been promoting it like crazy all over Facebook. So
I seen on Facebook that Joey's putting some dirt on his track up there, trying to improve it.
Yeah, it looked like 2 dump truck loads full of clay. So that'll be interesting to see on their June 4th pull, which I'm sure they got it worked in and everything like that. So
my schedule is so messed up. This June 4th.
He just posted something today about the June 4th.
June 4th.
So is there any spot or site that consolidates pulls on the east?
I think that's what Trackside Live is eventually hoping to be.
Okay.
Somewhere where you can go and see all the events. I know she just signed another contract with, I think, taking up more hours than she was hoping.
Okay.
So I think she's kind of not putting Trackside Live on the back burner, but just not moving forward with it as much as she was hoping to this year. But she's still going to have the results and, pictures and stuff like that.
This is results and pictures of interstate mainly?
Mostly interstate for now, but she is hoping to get to a couple East Coast events and start making those connections and stuff like that. The hard part with running a I don't want to call it non-sanctioned because that's not the right word, but something that covers multiple platforms is you don't want to step on other people's toes unintentionally. So I think she kind of wants to go out and make good connections with people before she just starts blowing up their events. So
is she doing any kind of broadcasting or live feeds? Is that some of her thing or not?
I don't think she's really explored that, just because whenever you start that, you have to be able to fully commit to it. Because if you do it once or twice or 3 times, then everybody's going to start expecting that.
Yeah.
And, people don't factor in that you might think you're going to have good internet service, and then you get there and you don't.
Yeah.
So
I know that firsthand. Tried it and it didn't work.
You need
I tried to send something through at Westminster the other night, and I have good I can text you all night long, but for some reason it would not send a video. So I don't know if it was just something weird with cell phone service that night or what was going on. So you do kind of have to be careful. You don't want to set a precedence and then fall for it, and then that's how you lose people. People ignore all the good stuff you did, and then you didn't do what you said you were going to do, so we're out. And
so was her first stint out at Keystone, or was she doing it before already?
She's been doing it a couple of years, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she was doing it before, and then she promoted heavily for Florida this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
She announced a couple pools down there. I think she's going to announce a couple more this year here locally, which she said, 6 months ago would have terrified her, but now she's getting more and more comfortable behind the mic too.
She's good at what she does.
She's very good. She underestimates herself sometimes. So.
Well, I thought she did an
Pleasure to work
excellent.
with.
Yeah, I thought she did an excellent job of a Keystone. That was the only time I ever got to see her, and I was just kind of curious on the whole operation because I didn't know. I mean, I wasn't exposed to it before, so.
Yeah, she she grew up around pulling. Her dad has a pulling tractor runs with, keep wanting to call it Rick Fike with Full Pull Productions.
Richard Love Productions.
Yeah. It's like I keep wanting to call it, and I was like, it's just habit, like for so long it was Rick Fike. But so she has the background knowledge, and she's very good at going out and talking to the pullers and getting knowledge about them as well. So I'm excited for her. I think she's got a good thing going, and I'm excited to see where it leads.
Very well. And just real quick, I want to throw in before I forget again. Delmarva guys, Delmarva tractor pullers, and the Southwestern Antique Tractor Association. I'm this close to having an antique tractor pull from Virginia completed. I have the last day of my track to do. I know it's 10 classes and it's a lot of hooks, but I did finish up the other track today, and I have my track last session to do. So I'm really hoping in 2 weeks at least to have it completed. I've had a couple phone calls and some messages about the videos, and I'm telling you what, that was a big challenge, and to have to edit over 1,000 hooks for one event. Yeah,
that's crazy.
But we're getting
that
done.
Makes ours look like small peanuts.
So we're close. It will be done here, and I'm hoping within 2 weeks. I'm hoping. I mean, life gets busy here too, with aging parents, and the phone rings, and you got to stop what you're doing and go help them with something. But it's all good. We're getting her done.
I forgot one thing on our May the 21st pull. We're partnering with Trikes for Tykes, so they're going to have a truck show there. I think it starts in the AM. I'll try to post more stuff on our Facebook. But for anybody that wants to come out and make a whole day of it, you're more than welcome to come out to the truck show and to truck and tractor pull in the evening.
Cool. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Well, I'm not going to tie anybody up any longer. I got some programs I'd like to go watch, and they have begun. So
I hope they're on stuff. They're recorded.
Stuff is going down in Florida and in New Mexico as we speak. So I'm going to go catch up with it. But anyway, like, subscribe, share, hit the thumbs up button. We appreciate Dwayne coming on and taking care of the results for Lebanon, and gave me the night off, so to speak, even though I like to run my mouth. We all knew that. Right?
Either way, don't make it.
Who happens to Mike Walker tonight? I wonder what his problem is.
That's true. He hasn't been on yet to say hi.
Busy with stuff, yeah. Sometimes he gets busy at work.
He did comment on some of the posts that I put on tonight, so he was active at 6 o'clock or 6:30.
You may fall asleep. That's okay. That's peaceful and quiet, and no Ronald comments or nothing. So make sure he's okay. Yeah,
I'm sure Mike Walker will be on when we put the pictures on.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely be on, and I'll get with Grove and talk to him about that. In the meantime, Dwayne, you just, as you have time, go ahead and get everything wrapped up, and
I'll get that stuff together and get it to you as soon as I can. I guess that there could also be promoted on the 2 pages that I'm posting the pictures on. I'm sure there's a lot of people that would be curious to see it all together.
We're going to set a date to do it, and then I'll set the show up like early, several days early, and we're going to get the word out there and share it. So that'll be pretty cool.
I was going to tell you, I figured out that I can share the videos that you post of our events through the business page on Beast of the East now, because I noticed that you posted on yours. But
share away, buddy. Share away.
I started. I set them up with our business page. I set a lot of Facebook posts up ahead of time for like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time because it takes hours and hours of creating posts and wording it and then looking at it and it's not right, rewording it and adding and subtracting. So I've been trying to do a little bit more social media this year.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to beat social media. You can't beat the price. So can't beat the price.
We're transitioning into mainly social media for advertising platform and moving away from radio ads, which we're going to see how it pans out.
Yeah,
Radio ads can, depending on which stations we're on, can get pretty pricey.
Well,
So-
if people pay attention to it online too as well, you can actually advertise on the radio stations online on our sites with little
Yes.
snippets,
Yep.
which is what we do for Keystone. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Pointed advertising, we've tried it in the past and not exactly sure. We actually had somebody contact us about 2 or 3 weeks ago about doing mail out flyers. And when I looked at how many people we touch for the amount of money you put in mail out flyers, it was
Yeah.
like, forget that.
Yeah.
yeah, it gets
And
expensive.
55 cents a stamp. Yeah, no thanks.
It was
Yeah,
it was
gets pricey.
it was 200 hits for $250, and for $250 you can probably gain 60,000 hits on social media.
Exactly.
So
You're right. Absolutely. You go right over there and advertise right on Facebook, and go ahead and pay for and advertise there. And there's other ways too, other facets. So
watching our business metrics, I've noticed that shares or post shares are actually what spreads it like wildfire. It goes everywhere when people start sharing the post. So if you can get people to share it, that's where it's at.
I just found a picture. It was laying here. Didn't even know it was laying here. I'll try to put it up. I'm going to play Dwayne here real quick.
Oh no! Oh, nice. Look at the old Chevy there, 95 or 96 Chevy.
Yes, but
Martin.
You know who it is.
The Martins. I was trying to see the tractor in the background. Is it an old? Who knows?
Up
What
a
year? There you go.
Or is that a Moore tractor?
Nope.
Is
I'll
it?
give you a hint. It's from Fenelton, Pennsylvania. Super Moose.
I gotcha.
Oh, there you go. Super Moose in the back.
Very good. Yep, that's the Schulers.
So somebody on Facebook just got it.
Then you look way on back there, four-wheel drive. It's a couple of Brizendine and umps. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Then it should be Wilson's hauler. I think it's Ralph Wilson's box truck hauler. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what the year is there, but that would be the super stock the Martins had and bought from Lewis McDonald. That's the original Dairy Deer.
I was gonna say,
I
yeah.
see you.
Oh, Tommy Moat's back in there too. Moat's 2 trucks. Steve Wilson. Yeah.
I think some of them.
Oh, Todd Wentz on the other side of Super Moose. Easy does it. So pretty neat stuff.
We actually just had that conversation not too long ago in the pull-in shop one night. And we're like, in 20 to 25 years, A, where are all of us going to be? And B, who's going to be the guru that knows, all these facts? And I'm like, I can't remember. And where it all started was we were, Cole was in town over the weekend from the Air Force Academy. And he asked me if I still had a video from when him, Smokey, and Winky were in the pull-off up at Hartford, Pennsylvania. And I'm like, dude, that was years ago. Like, that was Super Blue days. That was a lot of years ago. And then we realized, he's been in the Air Force Academy for 4 years. The run he was talking about was 2015, which was 7 years ago already.
So hard. So long ago.
And we're like, you think about just how much has changed in 7 years, like the old Fast Forward. Fast Forward was still, the TW15, and then Super Blue, turned into Super Blue. And it's like, where did the years go? And then of course, then we go back into, Matt Bro days and all that kind of fun stuff. So
Kendra, I have video. If I'm not mistaken, you were young enough to be climbing around on a tractor like a little kid. Would that be correct?
probably.
From the early days of like the first Forester Nationals?
Oh yeah. That was that. I have pictures of me climbing around on the tractors up there. They were working on it and it started flying backwards. Yeah,
That is crazy. Crazy to think that. I can't
yeah.
even right now off the top of my head what year that would even be, but
I think it was like 98. Probably even before
it had to be after that. It was after that. I could be wrong. You might be right.
Well, was it before or after Big J?
After.
So it would have been, he passed in 2000. So, yeah, because
I'm picking up in my stash here real quick to figure this
so
out.
Big J would have been 2000.
I think the late 90s was when I first started going to the Buck. Who knows? It's been
Guess
such
when
a
I
long
started
time.
going to the Buck, Dwayne.
1975.
1975.
Okay, here we go.
Those pictures are from before I was born.
I'll give you the complete set of every year of every Forester National event. Forester Nationals #1 was October 14th, 2001.
So it was a year after Big J passed. That makes sense.
October 20th, 2002 is the next one. Then October 19th, 03. October 17th, 04. October 16th, 05. October 15th, 06. 07 was October 14th. October 5th and 08, 09 was October 4th. And the last one was 2010.
So it went for 9 years.
I don't have the date on that.
And the shop hasn't been cleaned out since.
I actually have duplicate bits here.
They actually, they will actually say that. That's not just me being mean. They'll say that, the best part about Forester Nationals was it forced them to do a shop clean out once a year.
Yeah. It was a good time. It really was. And, I understand why they don't do it anymore. It was quite the undertaking, among other things. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I got to drive one time there. Cool.
If I had the drive to try to convert VHS to digital video, there's a slight possibility I have video on mini VHS tapes from the Buck.
Mm-hmm.
But
you mean the little camera tapes?
Yeah, the little camcorder tapes. They were half pint, and you stuck them in a big one so you could play them in your normal VHS.
I probably got 500 of them here. I know. I have a. Well, they made a VHS-C. Okay, which was the VHS-C style, which was
bigger.
It's a VCR adapter that lid flipped up, and you stuck that tape in there and put it in your VCR player. Okay.
Yep.
I have that, and then I went to the mini DVs, and now we're bless you SD cards now.
Yep.
How technology has gotten better.
I remember Rockville, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Jerry's on there, some of that. I don't know when the last time was we pulled there. That's been a long time.
Are you running a side-by-side laptop there, Kendra, so you can surf Facebook or on your phone or what?
No, it comes up as comments here on the side.
I have 3 screens here. I got one in front of me, and I'm watching you all. The one over here is watching YouTube, all the analytics and stuff to make sure everything's running okay.
Yeah.
And then I have another one over here, but it's hooked up to a machine.
I have DVD 3 screens at work, and that's all I need. Yeah. Well, I guess when I'm downstairs in my home office, I have 3 screens, but
I hardly ever, unless I'm editing or burning DVDs, the only time I have all 3 of them on. But normally, it's just the main one here, straight in front of me.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yep.
Well, excited to what's coming.
Not for long, GRE. Not for long. I'm getting ready to get off here.
Yeah.
I mean, we can keep on. We get Dwayne on here. We start talking about the old times. We can talk for 2 or 3 hours. But by the way, I do have a complaint with this StreamYard deal that we're streaming with. They just started now. They want you to purchase more space for you to do your shows, or in other words, they're only giving you 50 some gig or whatever it is. And so once you run out of that, you either have to buy more at a monthly rate or start deleting your earlier shows, start deleting shows off. So
Mm.
Will they
I
delete
already
all of
pay $25
YouTube
a
or-
month, to stream with their. I mean, it ain't free, guys, gals.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. It's a money racket. It's a money racket.
they have a great platform.
They do,
Mhm.
and they know it. That's the problem.
There's another one out there. It's called Restream. I haven't looked at their pricing yet, but this one I had to do the day of a show when the other platform said we're done and closed up, which was Kendra knows what it was. I can't remember what it was. It was at Google Hangouts.
Yeah, Google
Deal.
Hangouts, and then
I
didn't
went
we
to
try
log in.
another one just like one time, I think, or Google Meets or Google Hangouts.
Well, I never did the Google Meets. I looked into it,
Yeah,
but the Google Hangouts, I went to set the show up like I do with this one. It was gone, and I
Yeah.
had like an hour and a half before showtime.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh. So I have to hurry up and figure this out. You know what? It worked. We got through the first night. And it's been great ever since. So, but it is not free.
I've never had any problems getting on this. It's quick to get on, click and go.
Yeah.
Set
That's
up and
what I
go.
like about it. It seems to be pretty simple for everybody. So
Is the great Tyrus going to Illinois?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
believe so. Yeah,
Good deal.
Nah, he's just he's got a new job and
I gotcha.
just got through Fire Academy and all that stuff. He's pretty busy. So he probably won't even have all of his photos posted by then. So did I say that? Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and
expecting a flash
yeah.
drive.
What's that?
I said I'm expecting a flash drive soon.
Okay. There you go. Challenge has been set forth to you. Hashtag Tyrus. So. All right. It's 9:21. We're not going to drag this out any longer, hopefully. So, but yeah, we'll definitely get the word out about that. We'll call it the nostalgia show. A great look back at some cool stuff. He's got some great photos. What a treasure chest to find that was. And we'll get Grovey lined up to come on here, and that'll be a good time. But I would expect it to be a much longer show than 1 hour. So, but we may not do it on a Wednesday. We may just set some time aside. Maybe we'll do it on like a Friday, whatever. We'll see how it works for everybody. And then
maybe a weekend will be better for viewership.
Well, the viewership will come not only live, but even afterwards. I'm sure people will really enjoy seeing, number one, the pictures. Number two, just look back because, there's a lot of guys I remember watching as a kid, and it's sometimes I can remember who they are and sometimes I can't. But
so I guess it's time for me to start documenting some screenshots of all the comments that came with the different pictures. There's a lot of information out there.
Yeah.
A lot of information.
Dave Kaufman, he's been around it, since he was a kid as well. So with his father pulling actually back then at the Buck, way back. And then, of course, him and his dad, unfortunately, we lost his father a couple of years ago, but he, long-time employees at the Buck as well.
I was actually doing construction for a company out of Cochranville in around 2000. Yeah, the year 2000, May of 2000, we started working for the company, and the excavators where David and his father were working for Andrews Excavating at the time. So I actually got to meet both of them in the year 2000 for the first time.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since then.
So you met Mr. Kaufman in a little Squatch. That's basically who you met.
Little Squatch. Yep.
So, yeah, and JR, send him up, man. We'll do something with him. Absolutely. All right, guys. I got to get out. I got to get out of here. And
Kendra's falling asleep.
I have been fighting off a sneeze attack here, so I don't know how much longer I can keep it from hitting here. So,
well, thanks a lot thanks a lot for
Yeah,
having
thanks
me
for
on.
coming
I
on, Dwayne.
appreciate
By
it.
all means, and keep in touch with me on that. And we'll
Yeah.
get something set up. That's going to be a good night of pulling history. That'd be really cool.
I'll get that stuff cleaned up and get it ready to go.
Absolutely, sounds great. Okay, like, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up button. Beast of the East Pools on Facebook and Interstate Truck and Tractor Pullers on Facebook. InterstatePullers.com. EastCoastProPulling.org. .org is
You got
your
it this time.
website for the Lucas Oil East Coast Pro Pulling deal. And BuckMotorsports.com. They got some great pulling events coming up. New venue there. The more pictures I see of the place, it's like, wow, big changes, and it looks pretty doggone good. So, unfortunately, first couple of events I can't be there, but I'll be there mid-season. I can't wait to get up there and check it all out. So, okay, I'm done rattling on. We'll see everybody next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Hopefully, with some results. Keep an eye out on the Facebook pages, websites. I may even, sometimes if it's like a major, everybody gets flooded out or rained out or something, I'll come on Friday on here and just do a quick live hit and say, hey, once I know 100% for sure that the events are canceled, I will sometimes just come on here for like 5 or 10 minutes quick and tell everybody, hey, make some other plans. But so far, so good. You know, we all know the weather changes, so let's just keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully everybody gets out to the pool. If you can make it, come out and support them.
Yep.
Yep.
It is greatly appreciated. So
don't cancel your plans unless you're 100% sure it's rained out.
absolutely. And you know, most venues, if you're looking at a scheduling line, has a phone number. Call it. That's your best source. Call it, and they will let you know for sure if they're pulling or not. So, okay, I'm done.
All right,
talking.
good
I'm
deal.
just looking for my outro here real quick. So, we'll see everybody next week.
See ya.
Adios.